Research has shown that anthelmintic drench resistance in cattle is common throughout New Zealand farms. A Beef and Lamb New Zealand project is aiming to put a dollar value on the cost of farmers failing to control the parasite Cuperia in young cattle. Ag-research scientist Dave Leafwick explains.
We know that Cuperia is by far the most prevalent parasite in New Zealand today because it's the one that's resistant to the insecticide or the ivermectin type drenches. And because that's been the mainstay of what farmers have used for many years, Cuperia has come to dominate our parasite fauna. So we know that. In terms of the parasite itself, we actually don't know very much at all. Although we've currently got a PhD student at vet school in Massey who's just finishing a PhD on the biology of this parasite, so we can actually understand a bit more about it. Almost every cattle property in New Zealand has drug-resistant Cuperia. It's very unusual to find a farm that doesn't have drug-resistant Cuperia. And so the problem there is that it's everywhere and we know it's there, but farmers can't see it because it's a parasite that's not really very pathogenic. You need big numbers in order to cause a problem. So in essence, that's what we're on about here, is we're trying to put a dollar value around the Cuperia problem. So there's widespread resistance in a non-pathogenic parasite and everyone has it, but it doesn't matter that much. You can deal with it. The other side of the coin is there's the other parasites, which is principally Ostatagia and Trichostrongylus. And we're just starting to see insecticide-resistant Ostatagia in New Zealand. We've got this Cuperia problem, which is widespread, everyone has it, but it's not a big deal. And then we have the other worms, which we have almost no resistance, but it's a highly pathogenic parasite and we've got to stop it from coming, so it's a bit complicated. We've got a project because the majority of farmers like using porons, and the porons are dominated by the insecticide, the ivermectin class, and they don't kill Cuperia very well at all anymore. And so most farmers are using a drug which doesn't kill Cuperia, and there is still a cost. So what we're trying to do here is to put a dollar value on the cost of failing to control Cuperia, and if we can do that, then we can go to farmers and say, look, here's the financial value in doing things properly and using a product that will work. The trial's not quite finished, but the initial look at the data suggests a live weight at 18 months of age of somewhere around 4 to 8 kilos difference. If you said 4 kilos of carcass weight at $4.50 or $4.60, and then you multiply that by the number of animals, then it mounts up. You know, on a big farm, that's still a lot of money, and you might as well have it as not have it. In this study, there's 8 mobs of calves. There's only 10 animals in each mob, so we've got 8 mobs. They've all been drenched with a insecticide poron, so that controls all the parasites except Cuperia. And 4 of the mobs, at the same time as getting the poron, they get an oral combination. So that takes care of the Cuperia. So we're not measuring the effect of parasitism, we're specifically targeting the effect of Cuperia in this study. They'd get routine weighing, fecal sampling, condition score and drenching right through until the winter, about June, July, I think we stopped drenching. And then so these animals are just getting routine monitoring from then on to monitor growth rates and how they're doing. The principal thing we're looking for obviously is growth rate, animal performance. So that's really live weight. But we're also interested in the condition score thing because the first indication of parasitism is often a drop in condition score. They can't conceive that they're losing production. Nowadays there's a vast array of products available to farmers. In order to control Cuperia, you really have to have levamisole in the mix because it's the only one you can guarantee is going to work. The thing that we're finding in some other studies we're doing is that by far the most effective way to drench cattle is orally, and because it's the most consistent and it works the best in all situations.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.